Hey, I am Sarah Voronov, and I am wanting to share with you my breathwork journey. So I am a trainee for RBM, Rebirthing Breathwork Mastery. It's such a long thing, but it's RBM, practitioner training. So it's a 1.5-ish course, and you have to do a lot of your own personal breathwork sessions. And I'm in stage 1, this first part where I have to do 36 breathes on my own before we start doing exchanges. And I just thought I want to share how the process works for me and what comes out of each session. So I've got my little book here that I write everything in. I'm actually up to session 13. I only had this idea recently that I would record it and share it with the world. So I'll just quickly tell you how a breathwork session works. This type of style, which is really parasympathetic nervous system restorative. So all that means is it's really gentle on your body, and you're not activating, you're really just trusting the process and just being with as the space is being held for you. So at the start of it, you set an intention, which is like an area of life that you want to move towards, step towards. And then you have a 90-minute breathe, which is a slightly fuller, then deeper breath in and out through the nose. And then you have a debrief. So there's a facilitator that you share what has happened, your aha moments, if you're feeling complete in your breathe, or if you feel like you're incomplete, you're still processing what's happened. So yeah, I'm going to share with you what my intention was for this breathe. And I'll just preface it with, because I had been noticing for myself personally that life is really good, and I had been relating to it as if it can only be good for so long, It's only going to just like go, and then it has to crash down, and then I'll feel relaxed, then I'll feel okay, because then I'll be like everybody else. Where I was like, well, why can't life be like continually expansive? And doesn't mean that you don't have challenges, but why can't it be? And also, I think there was a part of there where I was relating to business and strategy as something like an authority type thing. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, my intention was, I intend to believe and feel deserving and trust life to continually expand in positive directions with ease, allowing creativity, fun, freedom to explore, trust, connection to myself, take action to jump into possibility, listen and follow the nudges and whispers from the universe, trusting it's all working out in business and life. I know that's really long. And so you always go, okay, after you have that intention, how does it feel in your body? And for me, even though it was like this really expansive goal, it felt really restrictive in my chest and in my throat. And so you just stay with that sensation as you're breathing, and you see what comes up. So I did, and it was the most amazing breathe. So first, I'm going to start at the very end actually of what happened, which I saw it as like this in this sea of water, and it's me swimming up, and then I get to what seems like almost like an egg yolk, and then everything kind of just crashes and disperses. And I don't know, it made me think, like, was I the sperm getting to the egg, or I don't know, but I just felt really impactful, like this new beginning. Because I started at the end, because I remember when I got to the end of my breathe, it's like I couldn't even remember the start, and it was only when I started journaling that everything kind of came out. So now I will start at the start, and that is at the start of my breathe. I just had this thing repeating in my head where I was thinking, nothing's gonna stay the same. I'm not gonna stay the same. Like, if in this continuous growth, I'm like, I'm not going to stay the same. And it was really emotional for me. I was crying a lot, and I was just breathing and being with the feelings, not quite understanding where it was coming from. But I could see I had lots of images of going, okay, like where I am right now in life, it's never going to stay the same. I'm not going to be, the money in my bank account isn't always going to be the same. I'm not going to always have to move money around. They're going to get to a point where I won't have to worry about, how much I need to pay for groceries. I'll get to a point where I don't need to worry about how many clients I have. They're all just going to be coming. The way that I work, the structure of that, we're not always going to be in this family home. We're going to have another home. Like, we'll have a different car. Like, everything's always going to be moving and changing. I'm not going to be the same person. I'm going to keep growing. My kids are going to grow. And so just staying with the fact that things are not going to stay the same. Whether that's like, all areas of life are always changing. And so that was such a big thing. I'm looking at my notes to just double check where else I was going from there. Oh yeah, that's right. So I kept getting this image, like being in utero, being in the womb, and how a baby, like, the message is, I'm going to give it to you now, we were born to grow. And so I saw it like just like a baby, when we start off as these small little cells, and we grow 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 until we get to a point, we're in our mummy's belly. We get to a point like, oh my gosh, this feels so uncomfortable and I'm so squished. And we have to find more room. We have to create space. And I really saw it as like, in life, we meet this edge, this place of uncomfortableness, whether we are in like too much pain or we're too uncomfortable, that things can't stay the same. And we need to move out from that space. And that sensation of like moving through, like if you had like, think of a vaginal birth, moving through, you have outside pressure on you. It makes it feel like, oh no, I've got to stop, but you have to keep moving. And maybe on the outside, maybe when you're inside your mummy's belly, maybe your mum's stressed and scared, or maybe the world is scared. And it's like, even on the outside, even if everything's all scared, you have to keep moving. You have to keep going. And so like I saw myself in this process of like, okay, we've got to keep going. And like how that just continues in life. We start off as this small little cell. We grow into a baby. And then we're like, oh, it's so uncomfortable. We need to get out of here. And then, we've got space. But we don't realize it straight away because we're so squished, when babies first come out. It takes them a minute to realize that they're not inside anymore, that they actually can stretch their arms out and their legs. And I think that's much like us in life, that where we will hit a point of uncomfortableness, we need to move beyond that. We need to create space. And there's that little transition time of like, oh, like maybe if you've always said no, it's like, well, actually I can say yes to this. I can do this. And then you start stretching. I want you to see my arms stretching out. And you keep going with that in all areas of life. You need to think about it yourself. Like, there's probably lots of experiences you've had where you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, I'm unsure, and then you stretch out and you're able to. Something becomes familiar. And then I saw this really big relationship between birth and death and how they're connected in that growing. So just like in death, when you die, you're still growing. It's like, even despite everything around you, maybe the people are scared, maybe they are worried and they don't want to see you go, they love you so much, but despite the outside, you have to keep growing. You have to go like, I love you, okay, I know you're scared, whatever, I have to go, So we leave our earthly body, our spirit goes, and just like in birth, we start off in this small little cells and we grow, and then it doesn't matter if mum's scared or what's happening on the outside world. we get to this space of uncomfortableness, we still need to grow. We need to be born. We need to create space. And so, yeah. And then like I had that last bit of like swimming up, and then the big, seeing like this egg yolk sort of movement thing. So basically, my big message where I landed in is that we were born to grow, and we will continue growing. And I think for me, my personal message, because I think all the breeds that I've done have been around being more of me and taking stuff in. So it's like, in order to bring in all the things that you want, abundance and prosperity and change and all of that, you have to be willing to grow. You have to be willing to move beyond uncomfortableness and into the new spaces. You have to be willing for things not to remain the same anymore. Yes. So I'm going to be doing these weekly breathwork sharing my breathwork sessions every time I have one. So love you to join the ride if you want to. Otherwise, I just have this as a beautiful time capsule for myself and my journey. Thanks so much for watching if you have. Mwah. And if you have any questions about RBM breathwork, let me know and I'll see if I can answer them. Okay, bye.